Praise the Most High, family. Praise the Most High. It is another absolutely gorgeous day here in the Carolinas, and I'm so glad to see it. I do hope everyone is well today, and that you're able to get out and enjoy this beautiful day. Just gorgeous. Hope you're able to get in some fresh air, some sunshine, and Most High willing, some exercise. But He's always willing for us to take care of ourselves. Praise the Most High, because we need this physical body to exist on this physical plane in order to do the work He has called us to do. Praise the Most High. And how I learned that oh so well. Oh boy. I learned that. It was a rude awakening. Praise the Most High. And it's just like I was telling one of my clients this morning. She said, Robert, you don't look like you had no stroke. No open heart surgery or no brain surgery or your feet amputated. I can't even tell by the way you walk. I said, well, praise the Most High. That's what the doctors told me when I was in the hospital going through all them surgeries. Right there towards the end, I had a couple of doctors came in. They said, Mr. Holloway? I said, yeah, that's me. It's like I was making sure, because you sure don't look like the person that went through all this on your chart. A few doctors said that, and a couple of nurses. I guess they expected me to be in there crying the blues. And so I think it was more or less my attitude and the way I was carrying myself. Full of joy and faith, glad to be alive. Glad that the Most High pre-warned me and told me that I was about to go through something that was going to shake my faith. But no matter what I saw, did not take my eyes off Him, because He'll never leave me or forsake me. And right up till this day, I still had that same joy. And even though I don't show the physical appearances either, like a limp, because I really trained myself hard not to limp. And like I said, I have a new pimp. Oh boy. But praise the Most High, we do have a grand idea we wanted to share today. And it's one referring to, once again, to sports. Because that's how we was raised. Our father was our coach, and he taught us a whole lot of lessons in life through sports. Through basketball, football, and baseball. And believe it or not, baseball more than any other sport. It was good in all the sports, but baseball was the only one we played on up after Pee Wee and Little League. We played high school ball. But praise the Most High. This idea is called, but everybody can relate because they understand what I'm about to say. All the bases are covered. Just hit the ball. All the bases are covered. Just hit the ball. Make contact. And I wrote in my notes, don't worry about a grand slam. Just advance the runner. You get on base. And see, a lot of times, it's all about making contact with the ball, especially if you have the bases loaded. Because what's that making contact, even if you get out, it's a possibility that the runner will still score. And this is more or less speaking on just do what the Most High asks you to do. Just do what He tells you to do daily. And He's going to lead and guide you into all truth. He's going to lead and guide you into every opportunity. And that's what me and my wife was praying this morning. Father, don't let us miss not one opportunity you have for us, and help us to take a full advantage of it. Praise the Most High. And more than not is what I'm lending this idea towards also is being a light in this dark world. And see, that's what I mean as far as advancing the runner. Because people are always watching. I don't care what's going on in your life, somebody is watching. They want to, I hate to say this, but a lot of times folks want to see you fall. They want to see you mess up. However, a lot of times they're in your corner. You'll just never know it because you don't know they're watching. And you got people rooting for you at the same time. You have people that's in your corner that you don't know that's in your corner rooting for you. Like I sure hope he make it. Praying for you. Lord bless him, help him make it. And we're going to read over an idea. Well, this historical event, let's put it like that happened in one of our ancestors' life. Peter. And what I wrote in my notes, we will read over this before we get into that the script. We wrote Peter rescued by his angel. Peter's rescued by his angel. Don't worry about nothing, just do your part. So basically what I was just reminding myself to speak on was how we all have angels to protect us and to lead us through the Ruach HaKodesh into all truth. All we need to do is follow and listen and do what they tell us, as we'll see in Peter's situation. And let me give this meaning to all the bases covered. It means to do everything necessary to be sure that something or someone is successful. And see, family, that's what we mean by all the bases are covered today. Just hit the ball. See, the Most High, and like we spoke on and praise the Most High, ain't that the Most High there talking? Thank you, Father. And we will do that first. We'll come back to that, Father. And we're going to do that first. We're going to back up to yesterday's idea, family, just briefly, and speak on them gifts, because that's what's got us covered. Look at the Most High. We said yesterday we was going to go back over them if the Most High was willing. And we see that he is willing. I didn't want to get too long-winded yesterday in that idea. Or I think it ended up to be like 25 some minutes. And it was, is the work of the Ruach HaKodesh evident in you? Or evident in your life? And let's look at them gifts real quick and get that meaning once again. And we said the gifts of the Ruach HaKodesh are unique skills and abilities given by the Ruach HaKodesh to faithful followers of Mashiach to serve the Most High for the common benefit of his people. And let me read over one more thing real quick before we go too fast. The gifts of the Ruach HaKodesh are unique skills and abilities that he gives his faithful followers, or should we say to the faithful followers of Mashiach. Can't forget that, the faithful ones. Those that do what he tell them to do. He'll give you something and you say yes sir, and you keep walking right on in. See, that's how when the bases are covered. Let's put these one in. That wind being high all day. But see, that's when your bases are fully covered. you're walking in obedience. You're not missing a step. And when you do make contact, you go from first base to second base to third base and slide on around to home. Because you're following the Ruach HaKodesh leading you into all truth. But see, we're not trying to hit a home run to get that grand slam. And don't you know that's always a baseball player's dream, is to hit that grand slam in the 9th inning with the bases loaded to end the game. But we don't look forward to that no more. We just look forward to making contact, advancing the runners. And see, as far as making contact, we're trying to make contact with those the Most High is giving us to speak to. Praise the Most High. I like the way that came around. And how do we make contact, you might ask? Good question. Through them gifts. And those spiritual gifts are wisdom, knowledge, faith, healing, miracles, prophecy, discerning of spirits, speaking in tongues, interpretations of tongues. And we find those comparable gifts in Ephesians 4, 7 through 13, Isaiah 11, 2 through 3, and Romans 12, 3 through 8. And once again, the gifts of the Ruach HaKodesh are simply the Most High empowering His faithful children to do what He has called them to do. And we're going to look at 2 Peter briefly. This is one of the scripts we didn't get to yesterday. And it says, His divine power has given us everything we need for life and godliness through our knowledge of Him who called us by His own glory and goodness. The gifts of the Ruach HaKodesh are part of everything we need to accomplish His plans for our lives. Hallelujah. See, this is the way we make contact through them gifts. And just as yesterday, we're not going to parlay on them gifts too tough. Like I said, we gave the scriptures, and we all can start to show ourselves approved. We don't always need somebody showing us the scripts. It give us a head start, and we can look them up and do our own study. Praise the Most High. And see, them gifts, what they do is make sure our bases are covered. And them fruit. See, it's all about the Ruach HaKodesh family. It's all about them. Like I said in one of my earlier recordings, one of my first recordings, I said we can't make it without the Ruach HaKodesh. We can't make it without him. And I may have been saying we can't make it without the Holy Ghost or Holy Spirit at that time. But we can't make it without him. It is absolutely impossible. See, the text says the Ruach HaKodesh will lead us into all truth. So we don't have him, what's going on? If we don't have him, what is going on in our lives? We're bumping our head against the wall like we used to in the world. Going off impulses, going off feelings, going off them stinking emotions. How many of us know that I used to be an emotional fella? Oh boy. I used to be an emotional fella my whole life. I always cared about what other folks thought about me. Always. And I have to catch myself to make sure I'm not walking in that nowadays sometimes. But let's get to Peter. This is a remarkable story. We have plenty of time to get in it. And this is Acts 12, 5 through 17. We're going to read some. Yes, indeed, we're going to read this script. And the heading is Peter freed from prison. Peter was therefore kept in prison. But a constant prayer was offered to the Most High for him by the believers. And when Herod was about to bring him out, that night Peter was sleeping bound with 2 chains between 2 soldiers. Let me say this real quick. Old Herod was about to chop Peter's head off. Just to give a little content. But Peter was in there asleep. Oh boy, family. What great faith. What great faith to know that the next morning you're going to get that head flown, but you in there snoring. And listen, he was sleeping good. Listen, we're going to see. That night, Peter was sleeping bound with 2 chains between 2 soldiers, and the guards before the door were keeping the prison. So that means he was really on lockdown. They wanted Peter to they wanted to fly Peter's head bad. They made sure he wasn't gonna get away. They had him chained, shackled down, with a soldier on his left and a soldier on his right, and then soldiers at the door. Keeping the prison. Now behold, an angel of the Most High stood by him, and a light shone in the prison, and he struck Peter on the side and raised him up, saying, "Arise quickly." And his chains fell off. But his chains fell off his hands. It said he struck him on the side and raised him up. Now, family, don't you know he was sleeping hard for the angel had to hit him or to strike him, like the text says? And this is the New King James version. And some versions give you more indication that he was really sleeping hard. But the angel said, "Arise quickly," and his chains fell off his hands. Then the angel said to him, "Gird yourself and tie on your sandals." And he did, and so he did. See, family, Peter was in there getting some good sleep. he done took his shoes off, got real comfortable. See, that's great faith in my eyes. I don't know if folks read the text like I do, but I be reading between the lines. Gird yourself. So he took off his he took off his breeches. His they used to tie around anyway, he took off his clothes. Because the angel said, "Gird yourself." That means get yourself together, get your clothes on. And so he did. And he said to him, "Put on your garment," there it go, "and follow me." So he went out and followed him, and did not know that what was done by the angel was real. See, Peter thought he was in a vision. He thought he was dreaming. And there you go. But thought he was seeing a vision. When they were past the first and the second guard post, they came to the iron gate that leads to the city, which opened to them of its own accord. See, he got gates swinging open before he can get there. See, this is how the Most High will work on our behalf, family, if we just do what he tell us to do. See, all the bases were covered for Peter. Pardon me, that wind is still blowing. I need some air. Like I said, which opened to him on its own accord. And they went out and went down one street, and immediately the angel left him. And we're going to continue to read on the rest of the story so we can see the full story. And when Peter had come to himself, he said, "Now I know for certain that the Most High has sent his angel and has delivered me from the hand of Herod and from all the expectation of the Judean people." So our people was ready to kill Peter. Them Sadducees and Pharisees. So when he had considered this, he came to the house of Mary, the mother of John, whose surname was Mark, where many were gathered together praying. And as Peter knocked at the door of the gate, a girl named Rhonda came to answer. When she recognized Peter's voice, because of her gladness, she did not open the gate, but ran in and announced that Peter stood before the gate. But they said to her, "You are beside yourself." Yet she kept insisting that it was so. So they said, "It's an angel." Now Peter continued knocking, and when they opened the door and saw him, they were astonished. But motioning to them with his hand to keep silent, he declared to them how the Most High had brought him out of the prison. And he said, "Go tell these things to James and to the brethren." And he departed and went to another place. And see, as I was reading that, family, the Most High wanted me to say that we had to read over that so we would see that Peter was an answer to prayer. And see, that's how we advance our brothers and sisters, by showing up. Sometimes just showing up, knocking at the door. They praying for you, saying, "Father, I hope you bless him and keep him and get him through what he's going through, so he will be able to advance." See, they are advancing you with their prayers, but you are advancing their faith by showing up, doing what the Most High called you to do. See, all the bases are covered on every end. See, the Most High is most intelligent, a super planner. See, the Most High got it all together. It's hard to put labels and adjectives on him. He just a joke. he just it. The way he just pulled things together. What a grand planner. You're like, let me manipulate this over here and this over there and bring it all together at once. And see, each and every one of us, all we must need do, like I say, must need do, is answer the call. All we need to do is get up and go, just like the angel told Peter. Get up, put on your clothes, let's go. And see, that's what's going to happen when the Most High come and get us his time. He was like, "Come on, let's go. It's time to get out of this place." God said he's going to gather us. He's going to be the one to gather us. Praise the Most High. Whether we take off on cruise ships, as one of our Hebrew ox had dreamed and said, and you know that's lining up with the scripts, because as we came, we will go. Some say it may be airplanes, some say ships, and I'll put that script in the recording. But all we need to do is prepare, do whatever he tells us to do now. Because see, our mission is gathering our brothers and sisters with our Father. See, his gathering is more than just one day when he say, "Come on, let's go." His gathering for me has been a 7 or 8 year journey since he woke me up. No one, nobody else told me that I was a Hebrew but the Most High. He woke me up and put me on a mission. That's why I continue to get out here. That's why I love coming on out and sitting in front of this camera and whispering some words into our families' ears that's gonna help them wake up. And see, that's why the Most High has given me that prayer, that we will have eyes to see, ears to hear, a heart to perceive, and therefore a mouth to speak. Praise the Most High, family. I'm going to let that be our time. We're going to continue on because all the bases are covered. Just hit the ball. Like my pop used to tell us, just make contact. And I know if you make contact, the way you hit so hard, you're going to get on base. Even if you hit it straight to a defensive player, they're liable to drop the ball because you put so much thump on it. Don't worry about a grand slam, just advance the runner. You get on base. Don't worry about nothing. That's good heart medicine today. Just do your part. And what is your part? Whatever he tell you to do. See, that's why Yahushua was perfect. The text says he did what the Father told him to do and what he saw the Father doing. So this is through visions. This is through visions. And he does the same with us today. Stay up, family. Keep pushing forward in the right direction. Shalom. Praise the Most High.